Hi everyone, it's Zoe and Joe here today, and we're going to share with you today a tool around giving feedback. One of the things that we see quite a lot in our client work, particularly in the corporate sector, is working with clients that struggle to give feedback, particularly that more constructive feedback to people. So we just wanted to share with you a tool and just explore some of the reasons why people tend to struggle with it. So great if you're a line manager or a leader, but also helpful if you're a coach working with somebody on this topic. So hopefully something for everybody.
Yeah. And I think the model can be really useful because it helps to depersonalize feedback. People can get quite concerned about being judged when they give feedback or breaking down a relationship. Whereas actually, when we talk about feedback, we talk about it in terms of being essential for growth, for learning, for development, and actually done well can help to connect and deepen relationships too. So when it comes from a good heart. And also, an important factor of high quality feedback is owning the feedback.
Yeah.
And people often miss that, don't they?
One of the things I find that why clients find it difficult to give feedback is often because they struggle to receive it themselves. So, in the work that I do with my clients, we often start to look at themselves first and have a look at the sorts of feedback that they receive and what is received well and what they find hard to receive, and do some work on themselves, as well as obviously looking at how we can help them to give better feedback. But when you can come from a place of having a growth mindset and having, that mindset as you described, that this is essential for learning and it's coming from a place of helping, you can accept those mindsets around feedback. That can often be really helpful in freeing up some courage to be more gracious with the feedback that you give.
Yeah. So let's share the model then. So the SBI model, it may be new to you, or it might be something that you are perhaps familiar with. So the S stands for situation, the B for behavior, and the I for impact. And it's the I for impact that I think certainly is easily missed when people normally give feedback. So let's talk through the model.
Yeah, so the first one is the situation, and great quality feedback is great quality when somebody can easily relate to it. So often feedback can be vague, it can be out of time. So the situation happened like months and months ago. So situation is about timely feedback that is specific. So in that meeting on Monday, when you were presenting the financial results, that is a clear description of the situation. And what that does is enables the person who's receiving the feedback to put themselves back in that situation and think, yes, I remember that meeting on Monday. That's where I was. And then the next step is behavior. Do you want to talk through behavior, Joe?
Yeah, so if it was this meeting on a Monday, the person might say, in that meeting on Monday, when I was presenting, you kept talking over me. And the impact on me was that actually I got lost in what I was saying because I couldn't follow the format. And as a result of that, I felt embarrassed.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can see there you've got the behavior. So what was the person doing? And then the impact, which is essentially that either caused a problem, or if you're doing positive feedback, that was really empowering. So another example might be in that meeting on Monday when you were presenting the financial results, you talked in a commanding tone. You were really engaging with the audience, asking them questions and really paying attention to their answers. And as a result, I was captivated. I looked at the audience and could see that they were captivated, and it was a great piece of work. So situation, behavior, impact put seamlessly together helps to give really clear, concise and strong feedback that somebody can do something with. And it, most importantly, it removes the judgment, because often when people give feedback, they'll go on and say things like, I think that you should, blah, 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 blah. And that's where people get defensive, because firstly, it's just your thoughts. It's not based in any fact. And whenever you hear a should, it's a judgment statement. So you're already putting your judgments on the person. Whereas when you stick to SBI, even if somebody doesn't like what they have heard, It is just it's an observation that you're sharing. They get to go away and decide what they want to do with it.
Yeah, and another obvious, one that we hear all the time is somebody might say, "You made me feel angry." And of course, with our coaching mindsets on, we don't believe that other people make us feel anything. We believe that we have a choice as to how we interpret that and how we respond. So what we think about it, what we feel about it, and therefore what we do about it. And when we think about, okay, what are the practical applications of this model? When would you use it? So I think if you are a manager, then you might share or agree with your team that this is a model that you're going to use both to give and to receive feedback, so that there's transparency, which creates safety around it. If you're a coach, then you might use the SBI model at the end of your session. You might be inquiring, what was most useful to you today, or what could be even better next time.
Sorry, Jo, I often use it. My clients tend to check in at the start of their session and share with me like the wins from the week before or how they've done their actions. And I tend to use it as a playing back. So I'll echo, oh, wow. So it sounds like in that situation, you use these behaviors and this is the impact they have. Because often clients won't necessarily see that that is what they were doing. So It's great to celebrate wins with your clients, like from an adult place, like to join in and celebrate with them, but also to use it as a way to resource them with, the clear connection between what they did, how they showed up, the behavior that they used, the impact that they had. And I think my clients find that really useful.
Yeah, so there's lots of ways that you can embed it into the conversations. It's also questions to add to your toolkit. And models, when used best, give a sense of safety, a sense of structure, a sense of flow, and also have some flexibility within them to add additional pieces. I think when they're used at their worst, it's when they're too rigorous, used at the wrong time, maybe with the wrong intent. So be mindful of that with all models that you're using. But look it up, SBI model, if you're thinking, actually, I'd really like to develop my ability to give feedback and I'd like to increase my confidence, and hope it's useful to you.
Yeah, and my parting thought, just because it's you mentioned it's about intent, feedback whenever you give it should come from a place of being helpful and being constructive. So if it's not going to fit into either of those categories, it's best to ask yourself, what's the reason I feel the need to provide this feedback? So check out that it's coming with positive intent, because even with the best structure, put in a great model like SBI, if it doesn't come from a helpful and constructive place, then it's not going to land well. So that's another piece of work that you can do with your clients, just to make sure that the feedback that they are giving is in service of the person they're seeking to support.
And then just to build on that, my parting comment would be, I encourage you, if you're watching this, to today experiment with giving 3 pieces of positive feedback using the SBI model. Spread a little love in the world today. What we give out, often, we invite in return.
Yeah, good challenge. No further builds here. Great, thanks for listening, everybody. And if you want to see more of our resources, check out our YouTube channel, In Good Company, and also on our vlog on our website, www.igcompany.co.uk/vlog. Take care.